And the first thing I'm going to have you do is just, actually I'm going to bring this down just a smidge more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, if you could just introduce yourself, so name, title, department, and then organization. So
Right now?
yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elena Cravels Murphy. Start again? Okay. Nope.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elena Cravels Murphy. I'm one of the Human Resource Business Partners here with Signature Healthcare. I've been here for 24 years, actually. It will be 24 in May. It's a wonderful place to work. I have a great position, and I'm fortunate to be in this position. I have the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people, interviewing daily, but also assisting employees with matters of concern or things regarding benefits. I think that interaction in itself keeps me here. I feel that I'm able to stay connected with the employees here at Signature Healthcare. Signature Healthcare, for me, has been the hospital that my family has always come to. I came here, my father brought my brother and I here as children, and I have fond memories of that. I also had been a school teacher here in the city of Brockton, and so I'm very connected to this city, and it means a lot to me. Being able to work here at Signature just came as I feel, such a blessing to me. It brought me back to the city, and it has allowed me in a unique way to, I feel, give back and also serve those that live here in the city, and be able to maybe help them find opportunities that maybe they never thought of, but opportunities in healthcare. And for that, I feel like this is where I want to be.
All right, perfect. So what made you choose Signature Healthcare? What was it, 24, did you say? 24 years?
24 years!
24 years ago. What made you choose Signature Healthcare? And it might be partially what you already said, maybe that you wanted to return to the city, or if there was something specific about the organization, maybe internal growth. What kind of drew you to Signature Healthcare?
Well, for me, the city is extremely diverse, and that really was what brought me to the city of Brockton way back, all those years ago. Signature Healthcare is like a little city within the city, and it's just as diverse. Those that work here and the patients that we actually see in service, and that for me is a passion and something just makes me grow, and I feel like I learn so much every day.
Okay. So can you comment a little bit on your shortish commute? I don't know I remember when I interviewed, you lived in East Bridgewater. I'm not sure if you still do. I live in East Bridgewater. It's a very short commute. It's very convenient. Do you still live in East Bridgewater?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So what about your commute, kind of?
Goodness. So I've had some long commutes in my former career. This commute is unbelievable, and especially when you begin to have a family and you have small children, this is perfect. I could probably be here to Signature in less than 10 minutes, but also something that we should mention is we have free parking, and that is a huge draw. Not only the short commute, but then being able to have an abundance of parking. We have a great shuttle bus that will bring you back and forth to a lot that has about 200 or 250 parking spots, and there's always availability to be able to find safe and free parking.
Okay, perfect. Can I have you start at the beginning of that over? Say what you said, but can we get a little bit more on your longer commute. So you were like, in my past, I've had long commutes. I've in the past traveled over an hour to get to work, over an hour and a half, however long, and then lead into now it's 10 minutes, just to kind of create that contrast a little bit more for them, so they can paint the picture kind of themselves.
Sure. Yeah. So just a little bit about me. Yes, I at one point was a school teacher here in the city. I have some connections to the homeless shelter here in the city, which I have a great passion for, and in all of that, I feel like really makes me very connected to this city, and a lot of great people here in the city of Brockton. But Brockton Hospital being the largest, or one of the largest employers here in the city, and all of that ties in nicely to what I'm doing today as a human resource business partner. But being able to be so close to where I live, I have a family. I happen to have a daughter who's extremely involved with sports, and so I don't like to miss any of those games and practices and all of those events in her life. And this has afforded me the ability to be able to get to her quickly, and just be close if she ever needed me. I have experience in other hospitals as well, in my, way back prior to the 24 years being here. And the commute was far longer. Living out here on the South Shore, my husband and I settled and bought a home, and traveling too far out towards Boston, really, I was finding was going towards an almost maybe 45 minute to an hour, and that became wearing. But this is very doable, and I also feel like having the free parking here at Signature Healthcare is a huge draw, and it's something very positive. I always tell those that I'm interviewing, it's something to think about. Being able to park and have free parking, not have to worry about the commuter rail, or trying to pay for that nowadays is pretty expensive. And so if you're looking to line that up, and you have a family that you want to stay somewhat close to, and children that you want to be there for, but being able to balance that well, that family life balance is very important. This would be a place that you want to be.
That was a great quote at the end, because my next question was going to be, would you recommend others consider employment at Signature Healthcare? Obviously you would, as your position at Signature Healthcare has a lot to do with that. So since you already kind of touched on how you would recommend it for, families, are there any other kind of recommendations that you would give to other people as why they may want to work here? So maybe like starting the sentence with, I would definitely recommend employment at Signature Healthcare for this, and this reason.
Sure. I have a few things that I'd like to mention, and just some things that I've noticed through working as in the healthcare environment, but as an HR business partner here. People don't realize that we have positions outside of nursing. Maybe it's working in food services. Maybe it's transporting our patients. Those are positions that might be a step in your first kind of step in the door with Signature Healthcare, to learn the environment and see if you're comfortable in the environment. But I've also had some very positive experiences with that, in being able to see people start in, say, transport, and then something very unique, they apply to the Brockton Hospital School of Nursing, and they go to the nursing school, and they pass their boards and end up being hired on one of our nursing floors. I've seen and had so many examples of people working up in food services and being able to deliver trays to patients and getting the feel of the nursing floors that way. And then maybe they're going into centralized sterilization and being able to train there and becoming certified as a centralized sterilization tech. There's so many different avenues that you could investigate here. It's amazing. Maybe you want to go into being working in the pharmacy and becoming a farm tech. You be certified nationally certified farm tech. Pharmacy is an area that is moving and growing, and with technology, there's a lot of opportunities there as well. So that's very positive, and that makes me feel good when I see people that will come back and say, "Do you remember me? You hired me as a food services worker. I'm working in the pharmacy now. I'm a farm tech." There's nothing more that drives me than to see that positivity with someone that I've hired or had the privilege to hire here at Signature Healthcare.
Perfect. That was great. And then tying a little bit into what you were just saying. So you were speaking about some of kind of the non-clinical roles to, either to get your foot in the door, and also you are a non-clinical role as well. So what is it like to work in a non-clinical role in a hospital? So what is that like for you, and what kind of, I guess, what do you feel like you get out of it in terms of maybe serving the community?
So one thing that I feel like, one of many things that I feel like Signature Healthcare does extremely well is working as a team. This isn't about me, it isn't about you, it's about all of us serving the patient together. So when I say and mention areas like maybe our transport department or our housekeeping department, it takes every one of us to serve the patient exceptionally well. And that's what we do here. We work very well as a team. An example that I give when I interview is if you take 5 minutes and sit out in our main lobby and observe. Everybody says hello to each other. We provide eye contact with warmth. We never miss an opportunity to say good morning. It's a wonderful feeling, and it makes you feel like you're part of a really one great big family. And I think that that's what we do very well, and we've been able to maintain that family-like feel here, where a lot of other hospitals haven't been able to do that. Everybody's growing so quickly, but we've been able to, and our growth is growing just as quickly, but that's something that we do very, very good here, very well, is being able to maintain that family feel.
Okay. Can I just get one more comment from you about the kind of EVS and transport positions, and how you don't, I don't know if it's true, need as much experience for those roles? Because you mentioned how people may want to get their foot in the door and kind of from the internal growth side, but as far as getting those jobs in general, how people who don't have experience in the healthcare field are still, applicable to fit into those roles.
So something pretty unique. You can come and work at Signature Healthcare. We have a department that does hire 16-year-olds. And so that's a nice area that if you're still in high school and you're wanting that after-school job, or you're free for the summer and you want to come and earn some money, but also maybe you were thinking in the back of your head, I might like to do something when I go to college that's in the clinical field. So you kind of having the opportunity to test the waters, but also earn a really good paycheck working here in the hospital. So in that sense, we're unique because you are able to start working in a hospital setting at 16-year-olds in that area. But some of our other areas, housekeeping, again, transport, you don't necessarily need to have a degree from college. You can come as someone who's earned a GED, a high school diploma, or maybe you're en route to getting either one of those. In housekeeping, you do need to be a minimum of 18 years old, and we do require that for our transport department as well. But for food services, if you're interested in that area, 16-year-olds are hired there.
Okay, can I just get a sentence from you? There are opportunities for everyone at Signature Healthcare. You can just say that, because I feel like the way my brain works is I'm hearing, you know, everything you're saying and how I'm going to tie it together. And I think a good ending kind of sentence would be after saying, you know, EVS and transport, you can get your foot in the door and move up, and you don't need a degree to get into those fields, and then tie it together with there are opportunities for everyone at Signature Healthcare.
Sure. So here at Signature Healthcare, I feel like you should come investigate all the many opportunities that we do have. You may not feel that, oh, I don't think I can go work at a hospital, or you know, I don't have enough education, or I don't have that specialized degree. Come and talk to us. Find out of the many opportunities that we have here. Part of my job is to help career counsel as well, and I love that piece of my job. I love to help or assist somebody find their path, and I think you could find your path here at Signature Healthcare.
That was great. Awesome last sentence there. Okay, so I think that was all the questions that I had for you. Do you think there's anything else that you wanted to include as we're just rolling to see if it kind of fits, or you think anything I missed?
No, did you feel like it was okay?
I think it's good. So we're going to, all right, I'm going to stop rolling.
Okay.